Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon Energy Podcast for October 8th, going into the 9th. Hope everybody had a good long weekend. All right, we're going to start off the natural gas. It rolled over today and fell below this formation right here. Just as a little backup, we've been bearish overall from $8.20.8. Retained $6.68.6 so far to the downside. A lot of other bearish calls in there, which are now off hold. More recently, the trade above 281.10 projected this upward 85 minimum, 200 ticks plus maximum. We attained 774 of that. And now the trade below 340.90. Right here, I said we warn of pressure. And we've come off down to 331.60. Further break below this formation will also warn of pressure. That's going to come in at 331, 333.10. Plus 0.3 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A decent trade back above this formation right here, which will come in at 342.60. Plus 1.6 per hour will warn of decent strength again. And the trade below, bear with me a minute. The trade below 349 projects this downward 140 minimum, 320 plus maximum. Okay, the crude oil left to maintain gap higher on the day. Maintain gap lower tomorrow, and there will leave a minor bearish reversal above. The trade above 62.01, I said warns of renewed strength. We've seen strength up to 62.92 so far. Decent trade above these lines. This lower line is going to warn of strength. The lower line comes in at 62.68. Minus 0.4 of a tick per hour. The trade above the upper line comes in at 63.09. Plus 0.4 of a tick per hour. If we were to fail back down through this formation right here, which is going to come in at 61.54, minus 0.8 of a tick per hour, that'll warn of decent pressure again. And then the RBOB, or unleaded gasoline, the break below 197.91 brought in 13.56 cents pressure. And the break below 196.24 brought in 11.89 cents of pressure. And then the break below 194.21 brought in 9.86 cents of pressure. I put all those on hold because we broke above the steep line right here. We'd just be chopping upwards. If we were to break above this formation right here decently on the upside, that would warn of continued strength. That's going to come in at 191.91 plus 0.8 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Decent trade below 188.20 plus 4 per hour will warn of decent pressure. Maintain gap lower tomorrow, and the heating oil will leave a minor bearish reversal above. On September 29th, we left a minor bearish reversal above. We came off 14.08 cents from 232.86. And then the trade below 229.33 also brought in 15.5 cents pressure, or projected this downward 15.5 cents, but we only attained 6.55 cents of that before short carving off the low. I would be flat in there right now. If we were to break above this line right here decently, that's going to warrant a decent strength. That's going to come in at 229.03 plus 8.8 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. If we were to break back below 227.14 to 687 decently, I would reestablish shorts. These are three different major patterns that come in here. So if we take these all out, I think that this is going to make a run for these highs up in here at 243.69. Not that it's projected up there, but it's a good likelihood. I apologize, I have a bit of a cold here. They're trying to fight one. So, all right, I maintain gap lower tomorrow in the Brent. We'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. In the Brent, the trade below 75.85 brought in 11.85 of pressure. A couple other bearish calls in here. Those are all on hold. I said the trade back above 65.75 now wants decent strength. That comes in right here. If we were to break back below there decently, that would warrant a renewed pressure again. It's going to come in at 65.76 plus 0.1 of a tick per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Further break above this line right here will also warrant a decent strength. That's going to come in at 67.19 minus 0.3 of a tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. And gas oil. The trade back below 714.07 warranted decent pressure, likely for days. It'll likely run for 680. We have come off 54.82, trading down to 679.50. We had a number of other bearish calls here. This still in general is bearish. If we see a decent trade above 672.25, that'll warrant a renewed strength or a break above this and a break above 687.22 plus 4 per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. That would also warrant a decent strength. And as far as the spreads are concerned, the RBOB or the cadence is concerned, the RBOB is the weakest going into tomorrow, the crude oil in the middle, and the heat the strongest of the three relative to one another. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.